What's up, guys? Jay here. It's been a long day. I'm sitting here with none other than
Barnacules Nerdgasm.
Now, we've had a long day. It's late tonight. It's going on midnight. We had a long day with Newegg TV. We got to go to lunch with Rosewill. That was cool. We had a lot of fun with the Alt Tab show.
We even got swag from them.
And that speaker sounds really good,
It's actually a really cool Bluetooth speaker.
We had a lot of fun on the Alt Tab show. We figured we'd take this opportunity while we're sitting here together to do something we may not get to do for quite a while, is do a Q&A with Jay and Jerry here in person. So before we get up early in the morning tomorrow, head on down to Anaheim for the MLG event where we hope to run into some fans and meet some people. We decided we'd go ahead and do a Twitter blitz of Q&A with Jay and Jerry, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to answer your questions. I got really energetic there.
Yeah, we need to
It's like my second win, but now I'm tired. All right, so Jerry, why don't you go ahead and find the first question here? And if you guys want to go and see some of these questions that were asked, the hashtag actually was #AskJayandJerry.
All right, well, let's start out with Jose Garcia, and he says, how much money is required to build a pretty good gaming PC? Jay, what are your thoughts on this?
A pretty good gaming PC?
Pretty good.
I would say that magic dollar figure where you break into very good would be $1,000.
I would agree. $1,000 seems like about a place where you could build a competent machine that could play most modern games and everything. It's not going to play everything the best. It's not going to play it cutting edge, but it should be able to play everything.
Yeah, and you can buy a PC for cheaper, but it's not going to last you as long in the future. So I think $1,000 is that sweet spot.
Agreed. All right, our next question is from Ian Savage, and he says, Barnacules, are you ever going to do a Draw My Life video like JayzTwoCents did?
Good question.
Yeah, and the honest truth is, yes, I do plan to do a Draw My Life video. It's just a really involved video type from what I've seen. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it and find the right time to do it. All right, the next question is from Alex. He says, any suggestion for a new YouTuber?
That's kind of a broad question.
It's a broad question, but we can just get straight into the point with it.
Any suggestion for a new YouTuber? Quite honestly, only do it because you like it. You have to. This is a labor of love.
Don't do it for the money, because
money.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, what?
You're getting money for this?
Logo.
All right, our next question is from James Barlett, and he says, gaming has come a long way in such a short time. Where do you see it in 5 to 10 years? Jay?
You want to go on this one?
Yep.
I think people are going to start making that move towards VR. Virtual reality.
I agree. The Oculus Rift was a pretty cool technical demo, and I think with the right high-resolution screen, that thing could be a complete game changer. All right, our next question comes from Andrew Evans. He says, when and how did you guys meet?
Is he related to Austin Evans?
I know, I was just thinking that when I was reading
Maybe
it,
it's
too.
really Austin Evans in disguise.
It might be. Hey, guys.
Andrew, Austin, and...
All right, so I can start off with this one. All right, so the cool thing was, Jay was actually a larger channel than me when I first met him. A friend of mine told me about him.
Thank you for saying larger channel, because if you said larger YouTuber, that could be misconstrued as a fat joke.
Well, he's a fat ass too, but anyways, he was a larger channel. It's a beautiful ass though. But anyways, he had 18,000 subscribers. I had about 15,000 subscribers. At that size, I felt like he was a lot larger than me. I wanted to get in touch with him. He was doing cool videos and doing neat things. My friends liked him.
I didn't want anything to do with him when he was messaging me.
No, he pretty much ignored me. But then,
and I hate to sound like a jerk saying that, but I wasn't interested in trying to meet anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be fair, because you get to this point to where you kind of shut everyone out because you don't know who the trolls are.
Yeah. But the cool thing was, I found a way to get his attention. I donated to his campaign for CES, and it gave me an in.
You make it sound like you bought my friendship.
Well, basically I did.
But basically, guys, here's how it went. I was laying out there on the couch. He had made the donation. He was DMing me on Twitter, because I'd followed you back. We were having a Twitter conversation, and basically he says, hey, why don't you just head on over to Skype? Let's chat on Skype. And I was like, no, I'm just laying here watching TV. I'm going to go to bed soon. I don't want to. About an hour later, we're still DMing. He's like, clearly you're not going to bed, so just take your butt over to the computer and get on Skype. So I called him. 3-hour phone call later. Bromance from the start.
Next thing you know, I'm on a plane, and now I'm living with the guy.
Then he met Chris Perillo, and I was like on the curb.
Shut your mouth. All right, next question is from Frizz IW. He says, who is the hottest? Obviously me. Next question.
Look at the guy. He's sweating. It's obvious.
Because I'm the hottest. All right, the next question is from Lynn Wildwood. She said, what was your first game system and or first video game that you played?
Whoa, a game question from a girl?
All right, so for that, let's see. Hold on. I could go with the Atari pole position. But
okay, while he goes and conjures up some memories there and digs them out of the archive, my very first game system was an Intellivision. It had a funky little like dial pad as a controller. It looked like a phone pad for a number or for a phone. It was really crazy. And the very first game I ever played on that was football. It was just called football.
Yep.
And it was a couple of like 3 alternating pixels that made a guy running, and that was it.
For me, the first game that I have like a really good recollection and memory of playing, that was like my first real video game, was Pole Position on the Atari 2600.
I think everybody's played Pole Position on the 2600.
Yeah. And honestly, iRacing's a lot better.
So Jeffrey Jeffrey Froud?
Looks good to me. Froud?
He says, so did you guys have any awkward situation while he slept over? Well, there was that time... What? Oh, he's rubbing... I thought you were pointing at me. See, we had an awkward moment right now.
Alright, our next question comes from Sear the Gamer. He said, how long have you guys been doing YouTube, and when did you know you wanted to start? Go ahead, Jay.
I started my channel August 26, 2012. And it was actually done on a dare. I've told this story before. Great guy by the name of Holiday Doc. He was an MLG codcaster. Call of Duty. My channel started, guys, because of Call of Duty.
A lot of people's channels started because of Call of Duty.
But I didn't start as a Call of Duty channel. It's just the guy who got me with the interest of starting the channel dared me to do it. He came into a live stream I was doing for a friend who traveled during the launch of Battlefield 3's Close Quarters, and he wanted to see the gameplay, so I figured out how to live stream to Twitch, and he happened to stumble in there. He felt that I was energetic and worth watching, so he told me, he said, hey, why don't you do YouTube? I was like, no, I don't want to do YouTube. And he said, no, you should do it. People would like you. I said, dude, nobody would like me. Everyone's mean on YouTube. I have no personality. Nobody would be interested. He goes, I dare you. He says, I dare you to do it. Just put up 1 month's worth of videos and just see what happens. Well, in that first month, I had already gained like 500 subs. And it became addictive. So we just kind of kept it going, and nearly 2 years later now, we're on a regular schedule, and I have absolutely no life, so that makes it really easy. Yep.
Well, my story is I started on a complete fluke. I actually went and bought something called a Flip Video HD just to shoot video, not for YouTube, just my own personal video. And one of the features on the camera was to upload straight to YouTube. And so I literally used the straight upload to YouTube for my first 3 or 4 videos that were just like simple little product reviews just for fun. I thought it was cool. And after that, I stopped doing it for like a year. I didn't upload anything for like a year or two. And then my man cave just grew out of control because I got in an arms race with a friend of mine. And we basically kept upping our computers, upping our displays, upping everything, just going absolutely crazy. And one day I walked in and I was like, damn, this setup is so cool. I should be sharing this with people. This is definitely unique. And so I picked up the camera, and the rest is history.
And we've heard about 3 46-inch monitors every day since.
And you'll keep hearing about it until I go up to 50-inch monitors, or 60-inch monitors, or 3 projector screens, or just a direct line into my brain.
I think the irony here is as I approach 100K, I did this channel to prove that it would go nowhere. So Johnny McConville, I think it's McConville, it's 2 C's. Is it McConville?
Yep.
Johnny McConville says, who's the catcher and who's the pitcher? Well, I'll be honest, we've been so busy, we haven't had a chance to play baseball this weekend.
Yeah, we'll get around to it eventually.
Alright, so Andrew Adkins on Twitter says, best tip for my first build. Take your time. Quite honestly, take your time. Double check your connections, and just make sure you've got everything you need before you start. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than starting a build and realizing oops, I have no thermal paste, or something like that.
Yeah, and don't get in a hurry. Take it slow.
Your first build, if it's your first, quite honestly, expect it to take you all day.
I agree. Alright, our next question comes from Ninja Commander, and he says, why does using a web browser, either Firefox or Chrome, somehow raise the temp on your GPUs like my Sapphire R9 280X are toxic, overclocked? It's basically GPU accelerated. The way that it's rendering the browser and everything inside of it is actually leveraging your GPU to render it faster.
I'm constantly monitoring my CPU usage and stuff up on that UI you've seen popped up there. If I open up my browser, I'll see that my GPU usage could jump up from 5 to 10% at all times and stay there.
Yep.
But I've also noticed I open up an entire set of tabs when I open up my browser. It's a default tab. I noticed that some of the websites, like Social Blade, which is one of the ones that pop up, if I close Social Blade, my usage goes down by like 8%.
Does Social Blade have any Flash content on it?
It has lots of Flash content, and it's constantly refreshing itself.
Yeah, well, Flash also is GPU accelerated now, so if you're on a web page that loads or utilizes Flash, that's definitely, you're going to see a GPU hit. Overlord Mittens asks, you so awesome? We know.
Well, guys, this has been the first edition. I say first, I'm sure there'll be more. Of Ask Jay and Jerry. Keep the hashtag rolling. Ask Jay and Jerry. We'll probably pick some every Thursday for Tech Talk.
Sounds good. I like it.
Now, unfortunately, guys, I have some bad news. Tech Talk next Thursday is not going to happen.
Unfortunately, and why is that, Jay?
Life gets in the way, guys. I'm traveling to New York City next week, June 23rd to 27th. I'm going to be out of town. I'm not even sure if I'm going to have any video uploads for that week. I'm going to try. It might be a good idea to just take the week off and see what happens. But, guys, life gets in the way. We have daytime jobs, and those are obviously what keeps the lights turned on. And those come first. So I hope you guys will understand there's no Tech Talk this Thursday, and video uploads this week are going to be a little bit light. But as always, when we come back, we're going to, at least when I come back, I'm going to hit the ground running. The Thursday after that, we'll make it up to you somehow. And they're going to say drunk Tech Talk. I'm not saying that, guys.
We're in it to win it, guys. Just be patient.
But we love answering you guys' questions. So remember, hashtag AskJayandJerry. Follow us on Twitter, @Barnacles, @JayzTwoCents. Go to Bookface or Facebook if that's your thing. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Take it easy.
Right. Logo!